We share. We don't share.
Here. Okay, I have to bring them to close.
Oh, he's already got this. He's already got this.
Okay, you go here, I'll go here.
No. I'll get on in. Here. All right, gotcha. Thank you.
Welcome back to the second session, quarterfinal round of the Clark Pop and Shop 2025 Girls Sweet 16. Winners of this evening's first game, the Danville Christian Warriors, head coach Billy Inman, student athletes Arletta Quisenberry, Grace Myers, Grace Boubois, and Amari Blackford. Coach, comments, please.
I don't think I have many. Praise God. That was unbelievable. I told them, I hope they remember this forever. But at halftime, we showed no heart. The first half, we just showed nothing. It wasn't us. And I really challenged them. And then I got on my knees and we just prayed, God, please give us the strength and the courage, because that was a heck of a team we were playing. And I told them, don't ever forget this as long as you live. When things aren't going right, you turn to the Lord, don't turn to anything else, and He will give you strength to make it through one way or the other. And He did that. And praise God for it.
Questions? Just raise your hand. Right here in the front.
Billy, you stayed on the bench there at halftime and kind of walked through things there, and I overhear a little bit of it. But you talked a lot about physicality and not really being real physical. Kind of just some of what you said there, and obviously you saw how they responded.
Yeah, well, I've always said this. Give me character every time, because kids with high character just will rise to whatever bar you set in front of them, and that's what they did. That's what they always have done. And yeah, we never go in at halftime. We had a allergy incident a year and a half ago, and had a girl in the hospital from some clean solution. We never go back in since. So, yeah, that's what it was. I told them I give hats off to the other team, man. They were physical. They brought it, and we didn't. And it showed, I think, turnovers at halftime. I think it was like 15 turnovers at halftime, maybe, if I'm right about that. And, that just comes down to guts and matching that. And I challenged them, and they just came up and they grabbed the bar and they took it. Praise God.
Question right here.
Yeah, for Grace Meyer. When Coach talks about he challenged you all at halftime, can you give us a little definition and example of what his challenge is kind of like, maybe a little more elaborate than what he put it right there?
He was getting on us pretty hard. We didn't come out intense, and we were struggling to figure out things together, but I feel like once we figured it out, we talked it out as a team, and then we went out on the floor and tried our best to just glorify God, and we just gave him the game.
You got to remember, I've had her since the 4th grade, so she's more than used to the challenges. Yeah.
Right here.
Amari, I thought you played really big in the second half. I know, Grace stuffs the stat sheet, but you're the other big coming out there, 4 rebounds, a lot of contests. Just how did you kind of take? I know you got pulled out there at the end of the first half here. How did you kind of take that?
Just being strong and being physical and giving it a run, praising God and just leaving it on the floor.
In front, right there.
Grace, I heard him talk about you all not being aggressive enough and needing to get that aggression and be the aggressors in the second half. How were you guys able to flip that switch from making the sorts of mistakes that were going on to being more physical and picking it up in the second half?
I think our main thing this year is being Joshua as a character in the Bible, and he talks about being strong and courageous. So I think just coming in stronger and bolder and stepping up to the challenge that the other team gives us. And obviously the first half we were playing scared and we weren't matching their physicality, but coach reminded us that, hey, we're here to glorify God, and we gotta play strong because it's big girl basketball now. So I think just being stronger.
Coach, how does that turnaround measure up against some of the others maybe you've seen, the way they reversed that?
Well, when we were still in the Christian League, we were in a state quarterfinals, and we were down by 16 with 6 minutes to go in the game, and we came back. That's the most incredible comeback I've ever been a part of. But I think this one will always stand out to me because of what y'all described, the switch being flipped. Because it's really hard to do that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm as shocked as anybody that they were able to flip it the way that, I mean, that's, if we were playing some sort of a mediocre team, I wouldn't be so astonished. We were playing a perennial, great program. They've been here 7 years in a row. They don't get rattled. They rattle other people. They're strong. They know everything to do. And I mean, for that part of it, it'll go down as one of the best I've ever been a part of. And the most special, I think, because I think that the lesson that they learn, look, guys, you're gonna turn to the world. It's not gonna be there for you. Turn to God, and they really were doing that. They were sincere in doing that, and they was like, we need to pray again. I was like, all right, let's do it. And so that's what made it. So it'll be one of my favorite games ever that I've ever coached.
Coach, what was the difficulty getting the ball inside to Grace? And what do you have in that cup at the end of the table? Holy water?
Oh, yeah. If I could get some, I would. Just plain old water. I'm so fat and out of shape. I'm worried about a heart attack, so I keep hydrated. As you can see, I sweat just staring. So, that my wife had that idea a couple years ago. You need to hydrate better, or I'm gonna lose you. So that's why I drink so much. Is literally because I'm scared of having a heart attack. What was the other part of the question? I can't remember. I don't know. I love to tell you, like some of these guys, oh, this. I gotta watch some film because I really don't know. Maybe Leia, maybe you can testify to that why you thought so hard.
Being a short guard, trying to get it over taller people, really.
Final question right here.
Luke, can you walk us through your timeout strategy there in the fourth? Did you kind of call right there to get a layup back in, I think, and then you kind of, I know you had a bunch of them, so you kind of staggered them,
Yeah.
Talk to your girls after they got a lead, and kind of all that kind of stuff.
Well, like I said, coaching is not my profession. It's just I'm a volunteer. So I'll be honest with you, a lot of times I go by just feel of the game. And there was one that I called timeout. We got up by 3, and I felt like we needed just to stop and let them simmer on the fact that we're up by 3 now, the other team and our team, to kind of reset where we were in the game. Because a lot of times when you're part of a comeback like that, you can actually take it too far on the defensive end and foul where you don't need to because you still feel like you're behind. And so that one was, I didn't want to burn that, but I felt like I really needed to. And then I really probably wished I had that one back that I called timeout because I was afraid they were gonna get a turnover, a tie up on the other. But really it's just a feel. But the one I did just to change the mindset, to say, hey, you're not behind anymore. And for the other team to realize, hey, we are behind now. Just to try and get them in the right frame of mind so they're a little bit more bolder.
Coach, we'll end it on that note. Congratulations, ladies, on the victory. We'll see you tomorrow in the semis.
Praise God.
Thank you all. Watch your step off to the right. Take the waters if you want them.
Thank you.
I will.
No, I didn't. That's right.
Hey,